So I was 20 and I moved to Brighton. My mate Hot One, who was my writing partner in the late 90s, had moved down there already, and we'd formed Rarekind as a graffiti crew in '97. Anyway, I'm in Brighton. I'm about to have a kid. Don't know what to do. There was a local graff shop, but they weren't that great. They didn't have a massive selection of paint. They didn't provide any services. And I thought, right, there's my niche. That's my market right there. I'm going to hit that. I started working with Steez, who would supply me paint in Brighton, and I'd be selling it out of my flat to all the writers in the area. So I started moving into canvases, trying to sell them out of my flat. Got into clothing, got some printed clothing done. And it was like, right, so I've got a business now. It's all running out of the flat. We were selling other things as well to all the writers, which kind of backed everything up, which was pucker, good money. So I was like, that's my business. I know what I want to do. I want to sell canvases, I want to do commissions, I want to sell paint and anything graffiti, hip-hop related. I'd been signing on. I had jobs and that, but I was signing on for about a year when I decided I'm not doing this anymore. The business at home, business out of the flat is taking up a lot of my time. I'm not going to work, I'm going to push this. So the job centre on my back, go and get a job, go and get a job. And I said to him one day, look, this is what I've been doing. I'm making money already. I want to open a business. So they put me on a 6-week business course, and didn't get angry about the fact that I'd been making money and signing on. They put me on a 6-week business course, which then led to an application with the Prince's Trust to see if they could help and lend me the money to open a gallery. So after the 6-week business course, I'd done 6 months with a mentor at the Prince's Trust, and this dude Sean, told me the basics of business in terms of, you know, what I need from you to get this money is a business plan. You need to go out and do some market research, figure out who your customers are, what bonuses you've got, and what's on your side, and what people haven't done already in Brighton. Basically get working, figure all that out. I did that for 6 months, went into the meeting in February '03, and there was, in the Prince's Trust meeting, and there was 3 dudes in tweed suits, all over 60, and a woman in her 50s, and I thought, fuck, they're not going to listen to me, man. Walked in there, told him my idea, here's my business plan, here's my market research, here's my target audience, I know I can make money after my little speech. You know, like, David, leave the room. I came back in 5 minutes later. David, it's £4,800 for you, pay us back when you can, go and do your thing. I couldn't believe it. Got this money off him. So I went back the meeting was actually in Eastbourne. I went back to Brighton and I went to a shop where I was selling paint. I was selling him paint for him. I was wholesaling paint to him for him to sell out of his store. It's called 3012. And I said to him, Lee, I've just got this money, I can open a gallery. He's like, look, I've got a basement, use it. So that was my first shop in '03 on Prince Albert Street in Brighton. It was a basement shop. Beautiful little place, nice arch ceiling. And it opened up with canvases by me, Rosa, Hot One, some photos by Kevin, Dark Days, a couple of bits from Lee, who owned the shop upstairs because he was a writer as well, and then some music from Louis Slippers and Task Force, and it was kind of like the beginning of what was going to happen. And that was basically the birth of the Rarekind Gallery. As I said, we've been doing it out of my house, I needed somewhere proper and established to do everything from. That was it, so I opened that shop in February '03. Everything led on from there. So, after opening the gallery in 2003, went into a new shop, went into Rarekind's own shop in summer '03, which was on North Road, and North Road was amazing. We were there for 5 years, ended up being free shop fronts. We had the gallery, we had the record store, we had the PR company. Upstairs was all studios. It was an amazing time in there. Then moved in 2007, we moved to Trafalgar Street to a 3-storey building. And that was the Rarekind Gallery and Music Store again. And then in 2008 Christmas, I closed up that store, sold the lease, and moved back to London because I was missing the city too much. Got back to the city and opened up a gallery underneath Chrome and Black, which is London's biggest and best ever graffiti store. Absolutely amazing place, run by 2 legends. It was a pleasure to have and open up with, and we opened up there in May In May 2009 we opened up there. Unfortunately, I only lasted 6 months in the gallery, way too expensive. The recession had just hit, it wasn't going to work. We had a great opening night, over 500 people came down to the opening night, round packed, sweaty as fuck. Didn't sell anything, we sold a couple of bits, but nothing major. But it was just a great, like, you know, Rarekind are back in London, let's have a party. That went really well. As I said, 6 months down the line, I held 4 shows in there, and then I had to shut the doors and like move on to different things, which is what I'm doing now. But that was Rarekind's move back to London after 8 years of the gallery in Brighton. When we shut the gallery, the London gallery, I got quite, you know, I was a bit like, what the fuck am I going to do now? I don't know, you know, I've had a shop for fucking 8 years, I've had all these people around me. It's just been fucking wicked, really social and business, money making and good business and great commissions. And I thought, fuck, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? And I thought, look, I've got all these artists that I've been working with, I'll select a few of them and set up an agency. Set up an art agency and try and get more commission jobs and concentrate on that. I'll put on small shows in various places with some of the artists if they want to do it, and I'll go and learn how to screen print so I can offer that as a service as well. And so now Rarekind it's an illustration agency, and I'm just hustling, trying to get big and good jobs for all the artists that are on my books. I learned to screen print, and I've put on 2 screen print shows for the artists on the agency. We've got more to come this year. Putting on gallery shows for a couple of the artists like Bill London, Vibes, Hunto we done last year as well. And just seeing where that kind of leads us, you know. And I'm happy with what I'm doing now. I got a bit confused for the first few months of closing the gallery. As I said, I've been doing it for such a long time, but I've kind of found my feet again. And I've turned the business into a certain way, and I'm happy with it. And I'll see where this leads now, what that'll bring up in the future. So as I said, yeah, we set up a Rarekind agency with my girlfriend, Bex, and I had all these artists that I've been working with, some for a long time, some for a bit of time, and I thought, really like your work. Partly, I can make money off them. That's the point. Is that I know that I can. These people have got skills. They're not putting themselves out in the market like how I can put them in the marketplace, and see what money we can make, man. See what jobs we can pull off. And so yeah, initially it was a few friends or people that I'd been hanging around with and painting with for a while, and now we're getting constant submissions, literally daily, from different artists all around the world. We just signed a dude called Adam Turnbull from out in Australia.